BSC, MBOs, OKRs, EOS, KPIs. With so many acronyms and metrics flying around, it's no wonder there's confusion about how they all fit together. But fear not, I'm going to clean this up for you today. I'm Sarah. I'm a strategy coach, author, and OKR activist who helps organizations skip the BS and build strategy and OKRs that actually deliver focus, clarity, and impact. Because strategy and goals aren't about decks and docs. They're tools for guiding daily choices and actions. In this video, we're going to dive into the question I get asked all the time. What's the difference between OKRs and KPIs? Before we get into it though, if you want a guided step-by-step way to build better OKRs, check out my private podcast series in the description. It'll give you real tools, not theory, to make OKRs work in your organization. It's basically like a mini starter of the audiobook of You're a Strategist that I haven't fully recorded yet. So it gives you a sneak peek. Now, back to OKRs and KPIs. First, let's just get clear on vocabulary. KPIs are key performance indicators, and they're often implemented in organizations as goals, but that's not actually coherent. The meaning is right there in the name. KPIs indicate your performance. So if your organization had a human body, KPIs would be like its vital signs, the metrics you monitor to make sure everything's functioning properly. So think of them as your business health indicators. OKRs are objectives and key results, and those are aspirational, inspirational, experimental goals that help your organization transform, grow, and innovate. So key results are your stretch goals. They challenge you to go beyond the status quo and make meaningful improvement on what matters most. So key results set a target for what wild success might look like if everything were to go right. Here's where sometimes people get tripped up. They might go straight to their existing metrics and KPIs and then call them key results. But there's a distinction there. KPIs tell you how you're doing. Key results challenge you to make things better. Imagine you're tracking customer satisfaction as a KPI. If that goes down, you know something's wrong. But a key result would be about improving that score, say increasing it from 80% to 90%. The KPI identifies the metric of customer satisfaction. That's the metric that might have an issue. The key result identifies your target for improvement. Now, some organizations try to solve this by creating KPIs first and then writing key results for KPIs. And that can work. Identifying KPIs is never a bad thing. But taking this route can sometimes lead to long lists of key results that aren't prioritized because, if we look at our KPIs, we're going to want to improve everything. In that situation, you're measuring what you can measure instead of setting goals around what's truly most important to improve or change. So instead, I would encourage you to start with a question: what's actually most important to achieve measurably? And you can also ask yourself, how might you know objectively that you're making progress? Even if you can't measure those things perfectly today, they might not be instrumented business metrics. But there are all sorts of ways to create measurability or instrument a new metric when it's important enough to do so. So you're way better off seeing what you can observe or count or quantify or an experiment that you can run in quantification than if you focus on improving KPIs that might not actually be what's most important to move the needle of your business. So don't limit yourself to what you're already measuring. That's how organizations miss opportunities for meaningful transformation. Now, I'd love to hear from you. How does your organization currently use OKRs and KPIs? What clarity or confusion have you experienced around these metrics? Drop your experience in the comments. I'd love to hear it. And if you're ready to get started right from the start or transform a struggling OKR implementation into strategic achievement, check out the No BS OKRs private podcast series. You'll get 6 laser-focused episodes that reveal what actually works in OKR implementation, including how to make OKRs and KPIs work seamlessly together, even in hard-to-measure scenarios. You can sign up and start listening now using the link in the description. And thank you for watching. Remember, KPIs tell you if your business is healthy. Key results challenge you to make it better. Keep them distinct, and you'll have much more clarity about what you're trying to achieve. Now, I'll see you in the next video, where we explore why just writing OKRs isn't enough and what to do instead. So stay tuned.